here with Gaz in the morning. We just started detecting about 15 minutes ago, and we're on some arable land, and he's just had a rather exquisite ring brooch. Look at that, with a pin still attached. So when we get the chance, we'll get some images of that cleaned up, because it might have coloured stones in it, white paste, things like that. That's an absolute beauty. Right, keep watching, folks. Back shortly after Gaz found his wonderful ring brooch, and I've got a nice hammered coin, as you can see. Not so deep really. I would say Elizabeth, it's not a 3p, it's a bit small for a 3p, half groat. It's a bit, well, let's say it's worse for wear. I've seen better, but you know what? It's still a nice little find. That isn't the best condition at all, but you know, these coins have been in circulation for such a long time, and they've been passed through many hands and fingers, and it's only going to end up one way, with it being silver. But I would take that all day. That's my first hammered of the day, so I'm happy. A little bit earlier, just let me put that one down on my glove, I did find this rather nice little mount. Don't know if you wonderful people can see that, but there you go. Stud, head, mount, button. There you go. So we're on to the hammered. Let's see what else we can bring up today. It's already proving to be productive. Just up, folks, just out of this scrape here. It's afternoon now. I think that was remains, well, it is definitely the remains of a Roman brooch, believe it or not. The plough sadly has took its toll on it, but it's definitely a brooch, or was a brooch, still is a brooch. Little catchment bit at the bottom there. Well, another find. Right, is it the Hod Hill type? I'll have to get my little book out when I get back home. But there you go, bit of Roman, and it's I've still got probably about 4 or 5 hours left, so I'm hoping for better things this afternoon. Keep watching. Ultra thin copper coin, probably, I would say it's probably a token. Extremely thin, as you can see. That come up 7 on the scale of the Equinox, but I can't see much detail at all on that. I'm thinking it's a token of some sort. It's absolutely, it's as thin as a hammered, and that's the second one of them I've had today. So unfortunately, no detail. Right, keep watching, folks. So it's mid-afternoon, and as you know, I've been on the plough, on the ploughed land all morning. Now, this field actually split half and half. We've got dead stubble here that's been dead for some time, and the ground is ultra compact, quite difficult to detect, but there's no air in it, so the signals come through a bit clearer. Actually, probably better detecting conditions than that. Although this is extremely easy to dig, as you can see. You don't have to put much effort in there, but I'm going to put a bit of effort into the stubble. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it an hour on this stubble, because all I'm getting on this side, since that Roman brooch, all I've had is lead, bits of lead and shotgun shells and maybe the odd button. It's been really quiet, and the reason is, I think, is because they took the peas off. There's a lot of air in the ground still. You can see my foot sinking down there, and it's quite bubbly on the surface as well, so your search coil's going over all these big chunks of soil. So it actually looks better than it actually is. It's not brilliant, whereas this, the stubble's dead, so the coil just glides through it. So it may be a gamble, and it may not pay off, but I'm going to give it an hour on it and see what comes up. Why not? Well, do you know what, folks? I've been hammering this field since early 9 o'clock this morning. It's 3:30. I had that hammered early on. Gaz had that early ring brooch, and I had that Roman brooch this afternoon, and that has been it. I've got a couple of copper coins that I showed you, loads of lead and buttons and shotgun shells, cartridge ends, cartridge centres, bits of twisted rubbish, and it's got to a point where I don't know if it's defeated me or not. I just can't. I would say the last 3 hours, maybe the last 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and it's just been absolutely shocking. Whether it's a turn of the plough, whether it's too dry, there's too much air in the ground, I'm looking for excuses. This has been a difficult day on what's always been a pretty good field. I'm going to give it another, it says, give it another couple of hours, and I'm going to call it a day. See if I can bring anything up. But it's not often I get despondent, but it's like the Gobi Desert. You're walking around for 3/4 of an hour without even a touch. Very odd. Very odd indeed. There's no rain though, that's the thing, and you need a bit of moisture. It is pretty much like the desert today. Anyway, let's see what we can do, So I wonder, can this day get any stranger? I wandered back on for the second time on this stubble, just wandering around aimlessly, singing, humming to myself some weird song, and in that clearing there a bloke has just been watching me. I literally looked up and there's a figure stood there staring at me, so as I stopped he disappeared. See if we can zoom in. Very weird, just stood staring, just like dark jacket on, weird looking fella. Freddy Krueger, come back out if you're still in there, Freddy. How bizarre. How long was he watching me for? God knows. It's a remote piece of woodland as well. Maybe shooting in there. Soon shot off though when I looked up and stopped, which is a bit odd. Anyway, what the heck was he doing? Probably listening to me singing Simon Garfunkel, Scarborough Fair, humming to myself, doing nobody any harm whatsoever. Right, I've got an hour left. See what happens, see if Freddy Krueger comes back out. So Freddy Krueger didn't turn up, but a bit of medieval did. But just my luck, folks, look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Am I homing in on it? Just there. It's a part of a medieval broken key. Yeah. The key, that's the top end, the shank would have come across here. It's very similar to the full one I got last year. Oh, what a shame. See, this is it. You see, the plough is our friend because it brings stuff to the surface, but it's so destructive. That would have been, believe it or not, would have been rather nice. Beggars can't be choosers, and that is my first find for ages and ages. So I'm going to stick around here. Maybe I'll find the shank. What a shame, but bit of history. Yes indeed, second medieval artifact in, well, I got the key straight away. I've just got this medieval ring brooch, look, pin snapped halfway across. Again, the curse of the plough, but do you know what it is? Nice and compact. Ah, oh, should I have stayed on the stubble? Shouldn't, the clock's ticking. Ring buckle, ring brooch, whatever you want to call them. I still call them ring brooches because that's what we used to call them years ago. A lovely piece of medieval. I'm going to run out of time. What have I got? Half an hour, 3/4 an hour maximum. Let's see what we can pull out. Another find up in quick succession. I've seen one before, but I can't recognise it. I can't work out what it is. The memory banks have gone blank. Certainly got some age to it. Any of you wonderful people that know what it is, drop me a message on here. But that again has got some age to it, all in one area. Sadly, he says with great regret, I'm going to have to call it a day because Gazzy's up by the car detecting away, and it's well past our setting off time, so we're going to have to get back quick. I can't get back on here anytime soon, so the next time I'm on this patch it'll be probably ploughed, probably seeded, so I won't better get on it till next year. What a shame. Okay everybody, thanks very much for watching. Take care.